What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Today is Armsday. It's time to go check out the gunsmith, take a look at what we can pick up for orders this week, as well as preview next week's order. So the first weapon we have is the Zaranea D auto rifle. I've actually had some success with this in the Crucible. I tend not to use auto rifles at all in PvE right now, but I don't see a really good build for the Crucible. The only semi-decent build I see is this #1 build, and the only way I could use it is really in PvE. So overall, I'd probably recommend just sharding this thing, getting your legendary marks out of it. But crowd control, focus fire, high caliber round, speed reload, and my favorite, small bore, does tend to make this a somewhat decent PvE auto rifle. I wouldn't really jump into the Crucible with it. Focus fire is kind of a weird perk. When zoomed in, this weapon fires slower, but causes additional damage. Rarely, if ever, does this make it do more DPS. Usually it actually lowers the DPS on it. I haven't tested it on this specific auto rifle build, but my assumption is that's probably what's going to happen. It usually does make it easier to aim, but with crowd control, with small bore, you may find a use for this in PvE. More than likely, though, I would just get my legendary marks out of this one. I'm going to buy #1 here. I might test it out just a little bit, but I think it's probably legendary marks. All right, next we've got the ARI-41 auto rifle. Again, this is a mid-impact, mid-rate of fire auto rifle similar to the Monte Carlo, but I think it's more interesting than the Zaranea this week because of the perks. Both 1 and 2 are both pretty good options. #1 comes with perfect balance, which is going to up that already high stability, and then you could go with reinforced barrel, which is going to bring it back down to normal, but increase your range quite a bit. And then we got hidden hand, which is just going to make you more accurate. I think this might be a really good PvP role for this weapon. Next, the #2 build on this is also really interesting because it really helps you out with that range. We got hammer forged, we got rifled barrel. Both of those are giving you more range. And then we've got outlaw. Precision kills with this weapon dramatically increase reload speed. My pick is going to be the #2 pick on this, but I don't think you could go wrong with either of these two picks. All right, next we have the infamous PDX-45. The PDX-45 is all about option 1, and this is a really good option here. So we've got fitted stock to increase weapon stability. This thing's already very stable. This is just going to help you out even more. We've got head seeker. Body shots with this weapon increase precision damage for a short time. This just helps, you know, with these high rate of fire auto rifles, getting a little bit more impact on headshots is really, really nice. And then we've got a choice between snapshot and small bore being the way to go with this because it gives you even more stability and some more range. So this is a definite no-brainer. Pick up the #1 build on this, and you're going to love this in PvP. Okay, next we have the AOIFE RUA-D. I'm not even going to try and say that as a word, but this isn't a very good sniper rifle. It's a low impact, high rate of fire sniper rifle, really kind of actually medium on both. The only reason I picked this up is because it's got surplus. I might use it in PvE a little bit, but really, this one's just going to be good for legendary marks. So I'm going to pick it up, and I'm going to recommend basically the same for the Uzume RR4. Again, this one's really going to be good for just the legendary marks. It does have an interesting build with unflinching over here, but I just don't like these low impact, high rate of fire sniper rifles. I much prefer a little bit more impact on my sniper rifles, both for PvE and for PvP. So I'm going to pick it up, but I'm just going to use it for legendary marks. Let's take a look at next week's Foundry orders. First up, we got the Armsday SD, a high fire rate auto rifle that really needs help with range. We've got the Ufern HC4. This is a pretty bog standard hand cannon that, again, really has crappy range, so we're going to be looking for range perks if we pick this up. The Herja D, I think, is a very adaptable pulse rifle. I would definitely recommend looking for whatever kind of great perks we can get on it next week. We've got a pretty standard Zumi RR4 again. This one's really going to just turn into legendary marks. It almost doesn't matter what perks it comes with. And the Arene RR4. So this is one of my favorite sniper rifles in the game right now. I really like this sniper rifle, especially in PvE. So I definitely recommend picking this thing up. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you like the video. Hit subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.